third thing I wanted to hit, and that was around coming out, what level 3 might look like for businesses.
Yeah.
But what are you doing now while you've got time to kind of prepare for coming out?
Yeah, so aside from our kind of R&D part, which is how we can be a better company, the immediate things, it's all speculative, but we think it's probably going to go on for quite some time, or at least even if it's level 2 or whatever, things are going to shift a little bit. We know that we're going to isolate teams, so we're running 3 sites at a time to be isolated, so they won't, intermingle.
Yeah.
So it means that, like, just in theory, if one team goes down, the whole company doesn't go down, and because it'd be a mandatory 14-day quarantine, all that kind of stuff. There's that. We're still working on the actual policy, or the physical nature of how we do that, because we have management teams that go across. So that's going to be, we're either going to stop that and really do it like we're doing it now on Zoom and just kind of walking around the sites, or really saying, well, it's not 2 meters, it's 3 meters, and we've got to make sure that we're really away from the people that are on the sites. I think the hardest is going to be managing it physically with sub-trades. So we've already got a sign-in kind of thing with our sites, but we're really critically doing that in a lot more detail now. So we can contact trace. So, we have relationships with plumbers and electricians that actually work across all 3 of our sites as well. Well, yeah. And so it's going to be quite tricky in that regard. Yeah. So all we're doing is making sure that we know who's on each site. In terms of PPE, we're going to wait to get some advice from some other people about that. But gloves and, so just builders' gloves and all that kind of stuff, and just making sure that we're maintaining distance. The good thing, I think, is everybody's taking it pretty seriously. So I think, subcontractor A and subcontractor B are going to also take it seriously. It's just managing the practicalities of it.
Yeah. It will be a real banding together, won't it?
It will be. So what we're hoping is that we can start work. So I know there's a lot of talk about shovel-ready projects and horizontal projects, but we're hoping that to some degree we can start on our.
Yeah.
And in the factory, we're all pretty. We've got an office, so we're just going to set aside some rules about coming into the office. And the one thing is we've got shared toilets and shared kitchens, but it's just making sure that it's kind of going back to hygiene principles. Mm-hmm. And we're working on a document, and that document is just going to be easily readable, 1 or 2 pages. That's going to be real clear,
real applicable,
and just I think people have had a lot of education already. It's just going to make sure it's site specific, managing clients coming onto site, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked.